I know, that's what I was thinking.
I just had a piece of chicken and I think it's stuck in my teeth.
We're all a little stressed. Okay, I'm
Little?
recording us.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Jordan Leasure. I'm the owner physician of North Shore Proactive Health, a state-of-the-art wellness clinic in the northern Chicago suburbs. I am here. I dressed appropriately.
Ah, look at that. Oh, that's so great.
I know.
I love that.
I'm here with my good friend Kim. I put all her titles in the post above, so please reference that so you can see who she is. Because I figured in 30 minutes we didn't have time.
That's
But hop
funny.
in and tell everybody who you are, what's going on.
I'm Kimberly Raya. I am the proud owner of Fly Girl Dance and Fitness, located on the northwest side of Chicago. And we are currently closed because of the coronavirus. But we're offering all of our classes online for not only our members, but anybody in the world that wants to stay fit and healthy. We're offering free classes right now.
So how did you, to back it up a sec, what was your day job before Fly Girl?
What is my day job? I do marketing for a living.
I didn't want to say, I mean, with you, everything is so incredible. You don't want to say like, what's your, what does this or what's your fun gig? Because they all, it's not worth doing if it's not a good time.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about what life was like at Fly Girl prior to like St. Patrick's Day when we all started closing
The
down.
pandemic. Yeah.
I don't, it's like the C word. I don't say it.
I know, it's so nasty. Yeah, it's funny because I did a throwback Thursday last week, and I told Natalie, one of my instructors, I was crying because I was like putting these pictures out of what is so normal to us, group pictures or selfies at the end, and I was putting them on Facebook last Thursday, and I was like, oh, this is horrible. So yeah, it was very lively, and we have a good following at Fly Girl, so it was a lot different than it is today.
And how did you decide, what was the story about what you were going to do once we all had to close down?
So yeah, it was kind of, there's been a lot of information that came to me. So you were kind of navigating by yourself to try to figure out, what this looks like. So I think the first week I was running, trying to figure out what was going to happen and try to, close our doors safely. And then kind of reach out to the instructors one by one and see if, they wanted to do anything as far as teaching goes. And each one of them said, yes, I'd like to teach, the same classes, which at the time, I was crying and I'm so blessed and I'm so lucky. But now as an instructor as well, I get it. I mean, it's our sanity to keep teaching. So we just try to put some procedures in place to say, okay, what does April look like for our classes? 99% of our instructors said, yes, they want to teach. The classes are going on in a private group on, well, it's not very private anymore, but a group on Facebook that had on March 21st, we had 600 members, and today we have 2005. People working out all over the globe, people, sending us, lovely messages and things like that. So just a completely different world, kind of weird teaching, by yourself or with one other person and not all those amazing women, but we're trying to get through.
How about, are you still accepting people into the group? Can we talk about it?
Yes, we're accepting. There's a rigorous process to join the fraternity, but pretty much everyone gets in.
I like that. And how about what else you guys are doing in your spare time? Because there's so much of that. Everything else you're doing to keep morale up and help, some people manage their stress where they can't get out and they don't have jobs and they don't have the opportunities that you and I have. So what are some of the other things you guys are doing?
So we, in April, we did some drive-by dance parties on Sunday afternoon. I wasn't sure if people were going to, especially the first weekend, I wasn't sure if people were going to sign up for that or say, stay the heck away. But we had plenty of houses that signed up each weekend. And we would meet at the studio and socially distance ourselves from each other and take our own vehicles and kind of go house to house and do, a Zumba number, some kind of dance number where we could get the family involved. Neighbors came out, strangers came out. Everyone was really, really receptive and nice. We were a little bit nervous, like I said. So that was fun each Sunday. And then in May, we decided not to do that in May. Well, it's mostly May, and then what else did we do? We did some happy hour stuff with our try to get our members connected on Zoom and see each other, which now it's just natural. People are hanging out together and seeing each other. And then when it comes to the team, really has been like my spine, as hard as days are, with brain fog or feeling sad or not knowing what's going to happen. I think this has brought us so close. It's insanity. The amount of text messages that go back and forth. We have an instructor that moved to Kansas City, and she's teaching from there for free. Everyone's working for free. It's insane. I have people reach out and say, "Can I teach for you too?" And I'm like, "Sure, anybody could teach." And now we have pop-up classes. So it's just it's so awesome. It's unbelievable. You know, if you'd have told me and you own a business that, hey, I'm not going to make payroll 1 month, which is many months and many times in 5 years, that I was, you know, not sleeping at night for payroll. If you were going to tell me this team was going to be like, yeah, we're all in, we're going to do this for nothing, I probably would have had 7 years to add to my life at this point.
Right.
So they're amazing. I'm nothing without them.
No, they are. It's spectacular. And if you're watching this and you are not part of the Girl Fraternity and you have not done their class, literally it's insane. I have done a couple. I'm still thinking about pulling out my chair and doing some work with Ramon. We'll see. That to me is like the highlight.
Yeah. I just watch it with my lunch.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, if I'm watching dinner, and but it's there. The energy is amazing. The positivity, the people that are working out, because there's like 30 people watching, and they're not all like us at their dinner, with their wine or eating dinner. But you can feel it. I mean, it's like palpable. And I think that's where a lot of that support comes from, and people wanting to be a part of it, because it's rough. I mean, I talk to other business owners and same thing. They're like, what the I mean, this morning I talked to an event planner who he's practically like my brother, so it's weird to say another business owner. But he laid off, he had like 18 employees, and obviously there's no event, so he's not like, I mean, I can bring people in, and I got my interns doing I got my social media taking, that's the other thing that Kim does, is marketing and social media. So I've got my social media calendars done for like 5 years. I have like Canva posts coming out of my ears. Cause you gotta have them do something,
Yeah. I got some work for them over here.
You get creative. Well, what's been happening on that side of things, as far as keeping on the marketing side, as far as keeping that staff engaged and connected? And do you have people coming in, or are people working remote?
Everything is remote right now, and luckily, knock on wood, my clients have kept me around, and I landed a couple of clients along the way here. So people must be, thinking about their businesses and how to come out of this successfully. So knock on wood, I have a day job going, which is super helpful. And then I teach my classes, so a little bit of sense of normalcy, even though some days are rough. But
what have you seen from your marketing clients as far as pivots? I'm sure there's some that are just, trying to get in a completely different direction. And so you in marketing, I think that's key. You're probably, I'm assuming, having to do more work than usual and coming up with all new plans for people.
Yeah, I would say, it's like I said, they all kept me, but we have restaurants that are open, so they're only delivering carry out. So how creative can I get with, like, Mother's Day and graduations and Father's Day, and really just stay ahead of them with ideas. I have a med spa that is really pushing product right now. How can we sell more products, because she can't physically open for her services or to do her services. Who else do I have? I have a technology company, and everybody's working remotely, and just trying to push through positive messages and stay top of mind. And I tell all of them, I'm like, this is the time, man. Everybody's on their couch scrolling on their phone. So if we can be really active on social media and leave a good impression with a solid brand, we're going to do well.
Are you guys still accepting new clients over there?
It's not that we're not accepting them. I'm referral only, and about people that you can only take on so much at this time. So right now I've got a good book of business, and I want to be able to make sure that I do a good job for both sides of the day and the night job. And if something, comes by through referral and it's something that fits us, then we do it. If not, it's okay to say no now. Back in the day, it's like take on everything and then hang myself. But now I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, you have to be choosy. That's some of what we're finding too. So you have this team, and they have stepped up, and they have absolutely kicked ass. Is there anything that you have found as the business owner that you've tried to do to reciprocate some of the love that they are providing? Like, have you changed up? If there are people that are watching that are running small businesses, are there suggestions that you have for them as far as what you can do to cultivate this type of response?
Well, it's funny you say that, because I mean, as much as I'd like to pat myself on the back and be like, oh, I do all these special things. I mean, I've always tried to like connect with them. So I think it came to fruition is what I'm trying to say. I don't think that I was like, now I'm going to go be, super supportive with my team. I think that from day one, you have to cultivate that team and make sure that they feel the love and know. And that's the only reason they stepped up. I don't think that if I would have, now's the time to do it, they would have been like, screw this lady. But I think that we're just all tight. We're all friends. We're all very supportive. You see, like, I think you see on the fraternity, I don't want to be alone at the studio. So there's somebody behind me. We can have, I guess, up to 10, but we would not do that. We have like 2 or 3 max, but, they just show up. We got Gina moved out to where Jesus left his sandals in Wheaton, and she's driving. I see her more than any other instructor. I'm like, she's at 7 a.m. right now. I mean, I'm in my pajamas. So the support, like making sure people feel loved and, checking in with people. And, we have a GoFundMe running. So, that's a chunk of it went to my rent. But even this past week, I had some wine in me and I just was like, here. I just started texting them all and saying, I don't need it. I don't need the money, man. Not that I don't need money, but I don't need money. So I'm like, I just was one night, I was just like, here we go. And I start like, when I have it, man, throw it at them. And the response, I mean, it's not even what they're supposed to be making, but they're so grateful. And I'm like, every time I get a chunk of that GoFundMe, I'm just like, take it, if I can spread the love. But yeah, just connecting, we've been able to connect. Like I said, Ramon, who I adore, I was driving him because he doesn't have a car drive. And so I would pick him up for the drive-by, socially distanced. We didn't touch each other or lick faces, but I got to know him so well. I mean, so well that he misses those rides. He's like, when are we going for a ride? I mean, we're talking all kinds of cockamamie's dating and all kinds of them, like boys like that and girls like that. And yeah, it's awesome. So that's been cool. And then even struggles like with, I talk to Natalie all the time. And, it's not always great days. Like, I think we had so many great days before, like talking about amazing things happening in the universe. And now we're like, it sucks, I'm crying. And she'll say, me too. And so it's cool to be able to not be on or just be like, a fearless leader and be like, I'm having a really bad day. And any one of them would be like, well, how can I help you? Or sending love. And so that's pretty cool.
Do you feel like cultivating a company culture had, and again, I mean, I said the same thing when I was asking Jade, like, I know the answer because I have known you for so long and been so ingrained in a lot of this, but do you feel like for you cultivating a company culture of that positivity and support just came naturally? Like, what if it doesn't to somebody? Do you have any advice?
So I would say, and you know who I am. I grew up a very bullied kid, kindergarten to 6th grade. So I have a disease, and it's a good side of the disease, and there's a bad side of the disease. But the good side is I am a cheerleader, and I'm a team leader, and I love pulling people in and pulling people to rallying together and not being I'm the boss. And it's more like we're all a team. So that's just my upbringing that I bring to the table. And I think people that run businesses should, being a good leader is like I said, ups and downs and goods and bads. And connecting with people, it's not just about a paycheck for these people, but there's also the bad side of it where you get too close to people and they lose their marbles and all kinds of fun happens out of that. But I would say, I mean, it's the nature of it is I'm a team player. I want everybody to be together. I want to be part of the team and not I'm leading the team. It just makes me feel like we're stronger together instead of just me. Or when people thank you for doing what you're doing, I'm like, I'm nothing without these people. You'd have one class a week if I was doing this thing. So I'm nothing. Stop thanking me. Every message I get, every inbox I get, every voice, text, I just try to send it right to the team or the individual person that they're talking about so that like they know this isn't the Kim show. I would be nothing without them.
Yeah. And that resonates. I mean, every time we have a team meeting at my office, I use the Clydesdale example. And if people aren't, familiar, it's like a Clydesdale by itself can pull like 1,000 pounds, but 2 Clydesdales tethered together can pull like 5,000 pounds.
There you go.
And
and on that note, I mean, I know it's not much of leadership or anything like that when it comes to running the team, but our members and people I don't know are ridiculously awesome too. It's been eye-opening that people like, they have memberships. What do I smell? Oh, hold on one second.
Lunch is burning.
Sorry about that, Facebook. Sorry. I eat real food too.
That's okay.
Our members that they have memberships, some are on annual and some have punch cards or whatever it may be. They've been just so supportive and throwing money in the GoFundMe, and you see the names of who they are. It makes me feel like so bad. Like, I'm like, they're just so giving and loving, and people go round the GoFundMe and they'll go to Venmo and then they'll send me a text and say, I'm doing this because then you don't pay the fee. I mean, like, out of the box, somebody bought an annual membership this week and I was like, what are you doing? It's just like, maybe it's women, women are just, they're just so loving and so supportive, and just, we want to all be back together, from the members to the instructors. I think if I teach my first class back there and it's any kind of normal environment, I'm gonna be bawling the whole class. It's just unbelievable. Walking in there and you're just like crickets, and you're trying to, it's more work, being like, hi everybody, I'm at home and no one's here, and Elizabeth's clapping every dang song I teach. It's weird. She's like, that was so good, Kim, so good. Like, cut it out.
Having like a cheering squad in the back.
It's so bad. And I know, like, I'm tired and my brain's melted, and she's, trying to be peppy back there. And I'm like, shut up. But when all the members are there, you finish something and it's like, ta-da! And they're all clapping and everything. And now it's just like, that girl good. Oh, well.
I know, but it's awesome. I think that when you're back to teach, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to have the doors open, and it's, they might have to like shut down the streets.
Temperature. Somebody did a temperature at this one place this week for me, and I was like, what are you doing? There's like a gun at my head. I was like, what? I don't know if I could be doing that stuff, but yeah, we already started putting some procedures in place for that stuff too. I had a disinfecting company come yesterday, and that's Val's company, Val from Val Service. She did a deep clean for us, and we're gonna, be like that. We have one of our instructors, Lisa. She's a cleaning ninja. She's constantly cleaning and spraying and sanitizing. But yeah, just different way of doing things, I guess, and see if we can, knock on wood, we can do this.
It's nuts. Yeah, I bought UV sanitizers for the office, so it's gonna be like little lights. Like you turn it on and you got to leave the room. You can't be in the room for 30 minutes, and I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going to be a greeter at Walmart. I'm cool with it.
I know. Just spread the love wherever you can.
I'll be the best greeter, Jordan. Best one.
People aren't going to get their shopping done because you're going to be like talking to them at the door.
Yeah, I will. Telling jokes, juggling.
Doing a little dance. So tell everybody also, if they're feeling stressed, if they need an outlet. I mean, obviously I wore this on purpose, but tell everybody a little bit about that, about the Girl Gang, and what's, I mean, obviously there aren't events right now, but I'm assuming that once things are opened, that we'll have some more opportunities together.
Yeah. So I was talking about pulling people in and being a team member, and that not so good side. The bigger you get, the better you get, the more people that maybe aren't happy about it. And so, I woke up one day at 4 a.m. and this past June and last year, and I said, I'm going to start a Girl Gang. I think this would be a cool thing to have a group that's just not fluffy. I belong to a lot of groups, and I love you all out there who belong to all wonderful groups, but I belong to groups that are just, they're fluffy. I got to get dressed up. I'm drinking wine in a corner, just sitting by myself. I don't like doing 30-second infomercials about what I do, right? And so, and the speakers weren't fulfilling. I felt like I left unfulfilled. Like, I'm like, people get on a pedestal, and listen, I've done great things too, but man, I cry, I bounce checks, shit hits the fan. Nobody talks about that at these events I'm going to. It's like, everybody's great. And then you leave like, I suck even worse now, and I'm drunk. So that's what I kind of decided to do things, kind of two-pronged, where it would be like girls support girls, like for real, you're supporting each other, and no bullshit at these networking events, and really walk away with, wow, she's a great person, but man, she's been through some shit. And that's awesome that she can share that, and be, transparent. And then the other side was giving, because, I love to give. So ganging up for good was kind of the other side of it, of like, just get to know people and be for reals, and not all that. I just can't stand it. I can't stand these networking events that I've been going to over the last couple of years. And I leave and I'm like, I got nothing but a bunch of cards, and I don't even know who they are.
I know. That's the number one. There needs to be like a networking class. That should be like networking 101. I don't even bring business cards when I go to networking things, because that's such a pet peeve of mine. People that just run up to me and they're like, hi, here, I do this. Here's my card. I'm like, what?
Right? Or they got that jingle in their 30-second commercial. I sell homes. You're like, great, Karen, sit down.
I know. I like it. Well, that's the thing. I mean, and that's part of what obviously your allure is, and what your success is that you're you, and you're genuine, and you attract your tribe, and people feed off that energy. And that's what I tell clients. I mean, obviously I'm not a business coach, for me, it's all direct to consumer, but, I tell people I let my performance speak for itself. I let my results speak for itself, but I'm not everybody's flavor, and that's okay. And chiropractic is amazing, and I think everybody should have a chiropractor. Should everybody have me as their chiropractor? No, absolutely not. And that's okay. Um, and I think that that's what the truth and the enjoyment and what you do comes from, is when you obviously got to find a vocation that you enjoy.
Yes.
But it's also, being true to who you are. I mean, for us, we missed our, I don't, did you guys miss an anniversary in here too? We missed our 14th anniversary.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So what I did was I dropped champagne off at all the employees' houses.
Oh, I love
Um,
that.
and so we did like a Zoom like toast, and it was I mean, it was hard because we do
Yeah.
our white party. I mean, we do our white party every
Yes.
year. So that was a little bit challenging, but that's what I tried to do to keep
That's cool.
our people involved, because we're not as Zoom tied together like you guys are, so we don't see each other quite as often. But you got to do a couple things to keep the culture going and to
Yeah.
keep representing who you are and what you do, even from afar.
Yep.
That's my thoughts.
I like your thoughts.
Thank you. So, sort of a couple final minutes. What do you think? What would you like to see besides global peace? Um,
And my lunch not burnt.
I know, I know. I feel like I gotta like deliver you some real clean paleo now. Um, what would you like to see moving forward?
In the world or in business here?
No, like for you guys, like what would you like to see? Are you, and I kind of know the answer, but are you guys, what are you going to continue doing virtually? What are you going to do as far as when things open? If people that are watching are, semi-local and they want to come in and they want to do a class in person, what's that going to look like? What options do they have to stay connected to you?
That's a great question. I was chatting with Natalie this morning about that kind of thing too, because there's not a lot of, and I don't know for you, there's not a lot of information. They've lumped us right into the gym category. So you see some things that, you can only have 10 people moving forward, or you don't have, half the capacity or whatever it may be. We can go outside, I guess, June 1st and do some stuff. What does that look like for liability insurance, right? Somebody rolls an ankle for me.
Sometimes you
I
have
don't
fall
know.
in the lake or something.
Right? Push them right in the lake. So that would be me. But I'm going to go back a little bit with that. For my answer would be, when this all happened, on a daily basis, I have panic attacks. On a daily basis, at 3 a.m., I wake up panicking. I'm panicked, big bills on this side. Well, I have enough on that side. I'm raising 2 boys still in college. I'm responsible financially. So when it first happened, I panicked. I really, really panicked. And as time has gone on, the more I'm getting okay with whatever's meant to be is meant to be, and not to sound like some shaman, but from a third world country, right? But I'm okay with it now. I don't want to go back to that life, to that I'm running and running and working and running and feeling like I got nothing to show for myself because I got to keep this going, or I got to keep these people happy, and not that I was sacrificing myself, but you got 20 mouths to feed. That's what I think about. Shut the lights off. I don't care. I don't want to bounce their check. I don't want to not be able to pay for people that this is their livelihood. But I kind of put myself on the back burner because I was so worried about everyone else that it's a treadmill. I was running. And now the more that I sit here, and like I said, not every day is great. And I just reflect on it, and I see these instructors try to, be strong, stay strong. I'm kind of like, they're good. Maybe I was being like a mom, and being too worried about them. They're good. And if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, I'm all right with it. I don't know. And not to say that I don't want it to work out, because I do, but I just have a different mindset sitting still going, I can sleep through the night. Every single night I'm snoring. I know it. It would twitching. And 2, I'm not having these, I've watered my car because I'm having panic attacks all day. No rhyme or reason, just I can't, my throat closes up. Last one I went to the ER because I was having one, I thought it was a heart attack. That's no way to live. Loving what you do on both sides, that's no way to live. So that's my answer is kind of I don't know what it looks like. Hopefully we'll get some information, phase 3, 4, whatever it looks like. But, can I run a studio with 10 people only in a class? Absolutely not. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that by any means, but That's the reality. So whatever happens, I've learned that this team is kick ass, and they're gonna make it, and I'm all right with whatever happens. So I don't know if that's the answer you wanted, but
It is that I think that was a perfect answer. And I think a lot of us are feeling the same way. I think that we're realizing, and I'm going back to energy and vibration, but I think that we're realizing that um, we are not necessarily tied to like the brick and mortar. And I have felt the same way. I mean, we've been open for 14 years. This was my baby before Parker, but I took a step back and I was like, you know what? It's amazing, but that is not me. I can put that same energy anywhere. I could be adjusting people. I mean, obviously, this is my living room. I could be adjusting people right here. They could be using the best pillow ever invented.
that's hysterical.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Ah,
It's my prized possession. But literally, I could be doing, just like you could be doing it anywhere, and you could take that energy and you can feel fulfilled, and you can serve from a lot of you can pour from a lot of different cups. And I think that is what at least that's shown me that we have some opportunities.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it's big for me to say that, because normally I'd be, I'm always in panic mode, fight or flight, and now I'm like, I'm breathing, I have a new beau, so he's kind of chilling me out, and it's just kind of taking a deep breath and sitting back and be like, what do you want this to look like? I'm tired of like trying to just make ends meet.
Right.
And same like you be like, oh, you're so successful and it's all great. It's like, you don't live in my shoes, man. You don't know what the day to day is like. And yeah, every social media picture's gonna look good with 8 filters, some duct tape and lipstick, but that's not a reality, right? That's not what's going on behind the scenes, back where Oz is hanging out, the curtain.
Right.
So
That's a
I'm all right
fact.
with it.
That's a fact, my friend. I love it. Well, thank you. And I will put all of Kim's info, if it's not already up there, thegoddessoftheuniverse.com. I'll put all her I'll put all her
That was
social.
a joke. That was a joke. I was trying to
But
be
it's
funny.
true. But it's true.
Uh,
It is. You know it's true.
I can't take the goddess word. That's your mother's word.
I know, the lone goddess.
Yes.
But I will put all your contact information so people can reach out and join the Girl Fraternity, because there is some awesome, not only is there awesome classes going on in there, obviously, but just the people. And
Right?
it's fun. So get up, move your ass, say hello, give people some encouragement, or just be a creeper and just watch it, because you can see their living rooms. You get to see, yeah.
All the bloopers we have, nails flying off, lashes falling. It's amazing.
It's worth tuning in. I'm telling you, people, sign up now.
Yes.
So Kim, I love you. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you.
And you and I are going to be doing some more things very soon.
I can't wait to hug you and lick your face.
I know. I'm there.
All right. I'll see you soon.
I'll see you later.
All
Have
right,
a great
bye.
day. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you.